right, everybody, who's here? I'm being blinded by the sun. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you see me okay? Oh, well, it took a minute for all of it to come through. Sorry. Hey, Bill, Ashley. Hope you guys doing good. Good picture. That's good. Hello, Linda Teeter. It's Phyllis and Adam. Seashell B. Good to see you all here. Wow, quick turnout. Good turnout quickly. All right, give me 1 minute. I've got to get a hat. I can't see anything. I'm outside because it's too nice not to be out here. So give me 1 minute. All right, now I can keep the sun out of my eyes. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so let's see who had questions here. Well, thank you for being a new subscriber, Linda. I appreciate that. How I wound up in Alaska, it's a long story. I've actually been trying to get here most of my life. Really started thinking about when I was in my late teens. Lived in Florida for most of my life and worked as a shipwright, owned my own business, liveaboard sailor. Started having health problems. I got an thyroid issue. I got hypothyroidism, and I had too many heat strokes, and I was advised to leave, go to a cooler climate. And well, I went from one extreme to the other. We came up here looking for properties. This one happened to be one that we came onto. It was one of the first ones we looked at and fell in love with the property, and this is where we ended up. I'm going to actually do a whole video on it here sooner or later. Probably pretty soon, actually, because a lot of people asking the same question, and we'll go from there. I don't want to give all the secrets away yet, Linda. So Sarah will be out in a moment. She's inside getting a drink. And it's good to see some of the others back here. Seashell, it's good to see you back. Anybody have questions? Stuff that I'm not going to make a video about, or possibly make a video about, but I don't want to give everything away. I can't tell. It's not updating, so hopefully somebody type something. I can't tell if I'm getting any text or anything. It's acting really weird. Our internet has been horrible. All right there, Wolf. Bill, we should be open for guests by the end of May. I still have a few small projects to do, and I've got to get a couple other batteries for over at that house. The old AGMs that are in there are not working. So I need to get a couple, probably pick up a couple more lithiums to go over there. Well, yeah, Wolf, it's melting pretty good up here. We've lost probably about 3 feet of snow in the last week, and we've got about another 2 more to go. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. There's 5. That's good so far. I have a lot of vintage cookware. I like the old stuff. Not sure which one it was that you saw. There was a couple of them. My cookware that I use daily is Savoy copper cookware. It's old and it's pretty expensive stuff. But a lot of my Pyrex and my cooking and stuff like that is pretty old. Flameware, glass cookware. I'm not sure what flameware is. Probably do. It's probably what it is. It might be called something different from where I'm at. Do you remember which one it looked like? I'll have to watch the video. Yes, I agree, Bill. The older stuff is much better. Yeah, with the batteries we have to get up here. I have some EG4 LLs here in this cabin, two 24-volt systems. They're both 200 amp hours piece. And it's cost me half of what one cost to have them shipped up here. So it added about another $700 on to get them up here for shipping. They do ship them. They come up on a ship and then they get brought locally to one of the stores and we pick them up from there. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
DJ Anderson, that must be you. Is that you, Dave? Back in New York? Yeah, I know they want to ship them up here. They're kind of a pain in the tush that way. I want to get a drone, but I can't get a drone up here unless I buy it up here. Should be back out here in a second. Get out of that. Yes, I agree. The old works much better than the new stuff. Sorry, Zeus is being nosy over here. All right. See if I missed anybody's questions here. This is merely, remember, this is only my second live that we've done, so I'm still learning the ropes on how this all does. You think REI sells drones, Bill? I'll have to check them out. I want a DJI. I'm kind of finicky. I've been flying drones for years, and I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I have a DJI now, but the video card went out on it. I tried flying it the other day, and it went bonkers on me. It took off, and luckily I shut it down. It went probably about 100 yards, and I had to go tromping through the snow to find it again. It was not fun because of course, being on ready, I didn't put my snowshoes on, so I was walking on it and then falling up to my hip. It's good to see you on here, though, Dave. I'm sure when Sarah comes out, I'll tell that you're here. Similar to the. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that one's pretty old. I know which one you're talking about. That's I've actually had that one there. I'd say a good 25 years. That's what I used to when I had my tea shop. That's the one I used to make all my herbal decoctions and stuff in, and make teas in that were for medicinal purposes. I kind of go the old school route. I don't like cooking my herbs or boiling my herbs in anything metal. It can leach off some of the taste and some of the chemicals in them. You know, I mean, I know it's just metal, but I don't like the flavoring changing. Where's your mother, Zeus? Is my audio still coming through okay, guys? And where's Nomi? He should have been here. You coming up? Dave Anderson's on.
I wondered if he would be. Hey. I can't see the screen very well.
Go get your railroad hat.
Get my railroad hat.
Okay. The store at the Diamond Mall definitely sells DJI. That's good to know. So do I, Dave. Oh, good. I'm glad you like what she's been posting. Adam and Phyllis, I'll ask you to cut the cord. I will be dragging her in on the 11th to the 12th. We need to find a way to get together. Even just to meet up, say hi real quick. Train comes in at 7:00 at night. We've got to check in at our friends real quick and tell Keaton. Actually, we can actually probably just see if we can find a place down towards Adam and Phyllis to stay, and then see Jeff and Isabel the next day because they'll be at the store.
Yes, they'll be.
So we'll have to see if we can meet up with you guys on the night of the 11th.
That'd be good. I have not met Adam.
Nope. And we got our railroad hats on. Thank you, Jim.
Yes, thank you, Jim. And you said hi to Dave?
Yep. Dave says thanks. I think the world of her. Glad you are taking good care of her.
Oh, he is.
Love all
That's
that
great.
she has been posting.
Good, good, good. Hope you're well too, Dave.
DJ Anderson is a friend of Sarah's from back in New York State.
Yeah. Good kid. Good guy.
You just have to tell me where it's at, Adam. I don't know where anything's at. I'm not a bar person. I like to have my drinks at home. It's a lot cheaper.
And I make a mean Manhattan and a mean martini.
And then we got the mud over here walking around.
Zeus.
He's cranky today. Because I keep telling him no.
I never do.
All right, guys, come on. Questions. I think I've got a little bit of lag.
Ah.
He's got the kids and grandkids there this week. Very good.
Who's that?
Dave Anderson.
Okay, good. Good.
Some of the future projects we're getting ready to do is we're going to be starting to build a another chicken coop to get the chickens out of my mechanical building. I've been in there all week cleaning up in there, organizing, putting shelves and cabinetry up. So it should be good here. I don't know, what is the airspeed velocity of unladen snow, Ed?
Unladen snow? Thought it was always laden with something.
How do we dispose of trash? We burn it, unfortunately. I dislike doing it, but it's the only way for us to do it here unless we take it to town. If we take it to town, it's a real pain. Monty Python. It's a pain in the tush. Glass, I'm actually saving glass bottles from my Jen, Sarah's bourbon, and I'm going to implement them into a wall and
Pickles.
a studio. Well, no, into a studio for a wall for a window, kind of like you would see on some of the rammed earth shelters, things like that, where it's going to make it look nice and give it a different look. Ed. So that's how we get rid of that. Cans are another issue. The aluminum cans I actually save because I can smelt them down into ingots and also make things out of them. Like when I do woodwork, I can make bow ties out of them for putting into where there's cracks in the wood so it doesn't come apart. But everything else, we just burn it. I've got to build a proper incinerator. What we use now is basically just a burn barrel. I get it as hot as I possibly can. I've got to get a leaf blower so I can get a leaf blower under it, get a little bit hotter. It's not easy. Nope, Adam's driving, so he can't talk or can't ask questions. That's fine, Adam. Just drive safe, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Ed, it's good to see you. Are you back ashore or are you still out to sea? Oh, you're in Valdez. See, it snowed here this morning. We had some snowflakes about this big around this morning. It was insane.
I've made snowballs smaller than that.
Right. It was pretty wild. It's currently, what is the temperature? Sorry, look right up there. It's pretty warm out. I mean, I've got my sleeves rolled up. I'm warm.
I can't read it. I'll look in the house.
He's in Valdez Harbor. We've got to make it down that way. We were going to go towards Delta Junction here, but I think we're going to wind up going down towards Homer.
It's 52.
It's currently 52 here. It's warm. It's too warm almost.
Well,
We've actually been shutting the stove down after dinner. We get it hot just to melt water to put into the cistern. Then after dinner, we shut it down. It's just too warm.
Too hot to sleep.
Currently, we've still got probably about 2 feet in places, sometimes 3 feet. I was on the roof yesterday and I cleaned out the chimney the last time until the fall, and my sweep is on a 3-foot rod and I threw it down and it stuck in and it was right to the top of where it is. So about 3 feet in places.
Where the snow.
That's where it's
slid
the
off
deepest, where the snow was from the roof. Yes. Yeah. There are places where it's down to nothing. If you look next to that tree there, that's bare ground. And then that birch there, it's bare ground for about 6 feet around it. So it's slowly melting away. Yes, Ed, actually, I saw 2 grouse yesterday. I'm not going to hunt the grouse this year. I whacked a couple of them last year. I'm going to let them come back in numbers. Yeah. I try to hunt, Dave. It hasn't been successful. Zeus scared off the moose this year.
He did.
It was literally right outside the back door. Couldn't have gotten any closer or better. I came down. I went to get the 50 cal black powder as I saw the moose, and when I grabbed it, he heard the bear bell hit the ground, and he come running down the stairs and fell down the last set of stairs, and the moose
Made a
went
lot of
running.
noise.
I was screaming and hollering as Sarah thought I fell down the stairs. I'm like, no, your dog just scared the moose away. That was dinner.
For a long time.
Yeah.
A lot of dinners.
That would have been
Oh,
enough of me for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, as soon as that snow is gone, Ed, I will be getting fiddleheads. I'm going to try to get enough so I can pickle some this year.
mhm.
I might try to freeze some. I don't think they freeze all that great, but I'm going to try it anyways. If you guys don't know what fiddleheads are, they're the baby ostrich fern. That all, a little bit of butter in there, a little salt, pepper, just a pinch of garlic. Oh my, they come
Yeah.
out good.
Last year we just ate them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had a bunch last
Sauteed,
year,
yeah.
and we just sauteed them up and ate them
They were
as we
really
went.
nice.
But we had them for almost a month because different areas there'll be snow down in the ravine for almost a month longer than other places. So once that place thaws out and there's no snow, that place starts popping up with the fiddleheads, and we just go down in there and grab them up. I wouldn't say we grab
Eat 'em.
all of them up, but we grab a lot of
We're
them up.
careful. Yeah.
We have a lot of them here, just here on the property. I could probably gather about 5 pounds just walking around the houses.
And they're not big and they're not heavy.
Yeah.
So that's a lot.
That's a
of
lot.
fiddleheads.
Oh, Bill's talking to Ed.
Mhm.
So who's all in here? I know Seashell, Ed, Bill, Ashley, Dave. Who else is in here? Bill or Adam is.
Good.
Did Mr. the Giant Puppy show back up? I know you were asking a question earlier and then it disappeared. I don't know if they're back yet. Uh-oh. Is anybody else having a problem with the sound? Or is it just Ed? Now, by the time I have the next live, I'll have Starlink here.
Yes. He's picking it up soon.
Tuesday or Monday or
Tuesday,
Tuesday, I'm
yeah.
picking up Starlink.
That'll be excellent. The service has been spotty this last week
Last
at least.
week or so.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and Bill will attest to this, and so will Sean in Alaska. What happens when the tourists start coming back up here? The bandwidth from the tower
Mhm.
starts getting used up, and we lose signal really bad. Do me a favor, grab my cell phone. It's right on that windowsill. Unplug it and
Mhm.
stick it behind on this windowsill here. Do not get them near those 2 rare earth magnets. You'll destroy the phone. Hello, Oklahoma Grammy. Good to see you. She's gonna move myself. I'm running off my hotspot on my phone right now. The other hotspot we have does not like to work too well. Where are those magnets? Okay, set them over on the other windowsill. Yeah, that should be fine. That might help. All right, so we just moved the phone. Maybe it'll get a little bit better on the service here.
Yeah, it's like
There's Nomi.
yay! Hey,
You get stuck
Dave.
on a. I see how you are. My only moderator is screwing around on me.
Oh, no.
Just teasing, Dave.
Silly man.
Dave, Bill, are the 3 of us going to get together when I come into town? If we are, we just need to do one big live stream. Have 3 phones going at one time or 3 computers going at one time.
Oh my. Sounds lively.
Right, Bill? He's running around all these different ones. All right, well, let's see if we can get together for at least for an hour or so while I'm in town, and we'll all just hang around, chat, bullshit, whatever we want to do. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe we'll schedule a live when all 3 of us are in town. All right, somebody asked some questions. I know you're driving, Adam, so don't worry about it. We got 8 in here, and I got 9 thumbs up. Yay.
Yay. too.
Yeah, we can try that. And so some of you guys know that are new to the channel or new to even all the channels that are on here. We've got 3 other YouTubers on here, 4 other YouTubers on here. The Gnomestead's a good friend of mine. Bill from Alaska, Last Frontier's a Homestead is a good friend of mine. Adam and Phyllis from Alaska Cut the Cord are friends. And so is Oklahoma Grammy. She's a YouTuber as well. We're all, aside from Oklahoma Grammy, we're all within, I think, 50 miles of one another. Rob, Sarah, Oklahoma Grammy.
Hi, Oklahoma Grammy.
Yeah, we can try that, Dave. But yeah, like I said, we all live close to one another, within 50, 60 miles.
In Alaska, that's close.
Yeah, in Alaska, that's close. We're the furthest one out, so we're kind of a little bit more isolated than the other guys. So they can get together a little easier than we can with anybody. Like Bill and Phyllis and Adam from Alaska Cut the Cord were all together the other day and did a live stream. Actually, my 50 is a CVA traditions. Yeah, I know where they live. He's talking about Phyllis and Adam. He says about 3 miles away.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I know right where they are.
I met.
Actually, Dave, it's a funny one. I was actually approached by both Mountain Men. They're getting ready to do a new series called Alaska Mountain Men Alaska. We interviewed for that. I don't trap, and we also interviewed for Life Below Zero. Didn't get that because I don't trap, and I'm not about to start. There's already a trapper in the area. I don't want the area over trapped. I'm not about to go somewhere 20 miles from here just to try to put a trap line in. And it's kind of good that we did. I don't want to have to deal with the BS. But they actually approached us about it. So, and we just kind of grateful when they said
no. It was kind of fun to have an interviewer up.
Yeah. Life Below Zero, they interviewed over the TV, over the computer. And then Mountain Men actually showed up here and talked to us.
I was surprised they sent a woman.
Yeah.
She was almost overwhelmed.
Yeah. She didn't realize she was going to have to walk a mile through the woods to get up here. We've also, met Matt Rainey from Homestead Rescue. Good people. Yeah, no, it would have been a cool experience, but I'm not going to just start trapping just for the hell of it. There's no sense in that.
And we don't want to interfere. The young man who does run a good trap line here has been living up here since he was young.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe 13 or maybe even younger.
Yeah,
but he's probably been trapping since he was.
He's been up here all his life, and he's actually one of Alaska's youngest licensed hunting guides.
Right.
So he's got some history up here in these woods, and I'm not going to interfere with him. He's a good kid.
Toes.
Yeah, I don't want to step on his toes. You were turned down by Homestead Rescue, Bill? Huh. See, we were told, because we know Matt,
right.
We were told that we're too remote.
Yeah. There's no place for their crew
to get here, to get the crew, and to be able to get equipment up here. They wouldn't be able to do it. So
they asked specifically about large equipment, and we surely could use some.
Yeah, we have talked to them as well, and no, when we all started talking about Homestead Rescue, I knew we were going to be way too remote. And what was stupid is they didn't have the balls to tell me we're remote. I contacted Marty.
Yes.
Marty's on my Facebook, and I said, Marty, what's the deal? Are we just too remote? He goes, oh yeah.
Yeah.
He says they were talking about somebody that was up the tracks, and he's like, we knew who it was.
Right.
And it's like, no. So
it's too remote.
Dave, I told you, Dave, apply. Apply, Dave. Come on, some questions. Well, Dave needs to talk to Marty. I've already talked to Marty, and he's already said we are too remote. That's why they
Mhm.
never contact me back.
Right.
Oh, you're no, I'll send him an email.
Yeah.
Dave, I'll send Dave Nomstead or Nomi. I will
Mm.
send you a link where to properly do it, because they send it to me and I'll send it to you.
Mhm.
Because certain places, if you do it, you never hear back. You want to do it the proper way, to the right links.
Mhm.
But sorry for the awkward silences at times.
Well, you're
I'm
reading and
yeah,
looking.
I'm
Mhm.
reading and looking and
And I
trying to
can't
talk
see
at
a
the same
thing on the
time.
screen.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a glare. We'll start doing it inside. It's too nice not to be outside.
It is. It's wonderful.
Um, Certain times of year, actually, yes, it is hard to get lead. Well, actually, lead. I've got plenty of lead. I've got probably about, well, around the property and down where Jim was dumping all those old dead batteries. I probably got about 400 or 500 pounds of lead, if not more. Powder can be an issue for black powder. It depends on what you use. I like triple Fs. My 50 uses triple F, and that uses triple F as well. That's it's a 44, but it's also chambered for 457 is what I have it set up for. And with the triple F, it works really, really good. Northern Guns in Anchorage. I'll have to remember that for black powder stuff. I've been just going to, what's the one in Wasilla? Sportsman's, because I don't like going into Anchorage.
No, we do it for big grocery runs maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Dave, to answer your questions your question about SAP, we have not started yet. It's still hasn't, it's probably getting ready to start running if it already hasn't started running a little bit. We're only going to do maybe 1 or 2 bags this year just for the water. We're not going to boil it. It takes 100 gallons to make 1 gallon.
Way more than
SAP, maple syrup.
And we still have a lot of things on our plate to get this place running smoothly. Well, it runs smoothly, but like a well-oiled machine, if you will.
Yeah.
And there's always something to do.
Yep. So next year, I might build a small sugar shack this summer, so we can do a lot more for next year, because I like the birch syrup. And what we did last year came out really good. We actually still
It
have
did.
a little bit
Mhm, a
left. We
little bit
did,
left.
I think we did about 100 gallons last year, didn't we? Between 50 to 100. It was hard to
Of
say.
sap, not
Yeah,
syrup.
syrup. We
Yeah,
we got about a
but we
gallon,
probably got
almost
a
a gallon.
Mhm.
But we also
And
drank a lot of it too, because it's really nutritious when you drink it straight out of the tree.
I like it when it's lightly boiled. It has a little more flavor, a little sweetness. When it's just straight from the tree, with no boiling, it's not much different.
It tastes good.
Yeah.
Oklahoma Grammy. Yes, we're actually going to turn that cabin into an Airbnb. It's pretty much ready to go, except for I've got to put a banister going up the stairs in there, and I'm going to install a new hot water propane system in there. For a long time, actually, since it was built, there was no hot water in the kitchen. I just remedied that. I just plumbed in just yesterday. I plumbed in PEX from the bathroom area where the hot water heater is all the way into the kitchen. So now there's hot water in all the sinks. So it's gonna be pretty nice. Yes, we have some in the freezer, Dave. But yeah, we're gonna put it on Airbnb probably starting in late May. I've just got a little bit left to do. Ooh, I'll have to try that, Dave. Chaga tea with birch water.
Oh, that does sound like
That sounds really
improvement.
good.
Yeah. I have not developed a taste for chocolate.
I haven't made it enough. We want to, well, what our intentions are, Oklahoma Grammy, to continue on with your question you had. Our goal is to give people the experience of living in the bush in Alaska and off the grid, and what it's like to actually have a homestead where you're not 5 minutes to the local grocer. I mean, for us to go grocery shopping, it's a hell of a process.
It is.
We can have, in that cabin, depends on if you're family or not, Ashley. It has a queen bed upstairs, and there is a really nice Lazy Boy sleeper sofa, and it's not a regular sleeper sofa. It's an air mattress sleeper sofa, so you don't get that bar in the middle of your back. And it's
quite
actually quite
comfortable.
comfortable. So you can sleep 4 total. And actually in the bathroom or the shower room, because the shower room and the bathroom are 2 different places. Where the shower is a tub, and it is actually got a door that sticks up that'll lay down, and you can put a twin mattress on top of it. So technically, you can probably sleep 5 in there. There is another cabin. You can't see where the solar panels are right there. There's a little cabin underneath there. It's a 1-room cabin. We call it the Trapper Cabin. We thought about that as well, but we're actually going to turn into Sarah's art studio.
Yeah.
Let's send him on up. Even if he doesn't want to stay, if he wants to make a day trip, Oklahoma Grammy, he can. If he takes the train up, he can actually
Yes.
catch the train in Wasilla, have him drop him. He can get dropped off at our place at our stop. We'll meet him down there. I'll meet him down there, bring him up, and he can hang out for a couple hours, and he can catch a train back south. Actually, he can't catch the hurricane train in Wasilla in the summertime because it starts in Talkeetna. So he'd have to get into Talkeetna. And then when the train comes back south in the afternoon, he can catch it back into Talkeetna. So if he just wants to make a day trip, he can, just to see the place, or he can come up and stay. It's up to you. It's up to him, actually. So, hey, Adam, you made it home? All right, we got 16 in there. It looks like it's showing 8 thumbs up. More thumbs up if you would. Ashley says, I slept on a couch for years. Comfort is not something I'm accustomed to. Yeah, it can be, comfort can really be nice.
It is.
It can be really nice. Thank you for posting Bill at the Last Frontier Homestead channel. His link, Dave. I appreciate that. You're welcome, Oklahoma Grammy. Tell him to reach out to me on Facebook. You can find, the curmudgeon is on Facebook, so you can get us a hold of us that way.
We'll send the train schedule.
Yeah, we can get this train starts running on the summer trains route for the hurricane on May 11th, and it runs from Thursday to Monday. So Tuesday and Wednesday does not run. So it's pretty much like that until mid-September. What's our turnaround time for grocery runs, Dave? It depends. Usually we do 1 or 2 Anchorage runs a year down to Costco. Well, we'll go down there and we'll spend probably about $1,500 each trip and get it up here. We can do that in a day.
We get our frozen stuff pretty much there. So we have to take a cooler and some ice or whatever.
Yep.
And bring it back on the train, and then load it onto a sled or a wagon pulled up by a wheeler or a snow machine.
Yep. Yeah. This time of year, like when I go in on this Sunday, I've got to go in for a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, get the snow tires taken off on Monday, grab a few odds and ends and bring them back up here. I'll run down on the snow machine with the trailer. Now, Dave will be, or Nomi will be coming up a week later on the 15th to watch the property for a week and watch Zeus while we take off. And I'll do the same thing, ride the snow machine down and leave the trailer down there. And hopefully we have enough snow to make it back up. Last year, we rode the snow machine all the way until the last week of May, the first week of June. There was snow on the trail. But last year was an exceptional year where here at this property, just in February, we had 85 to 95 inches of snow in February alone. We had, I think the measurements between that I did and Orville down about 5 miles south of us did, we had over 20 feet of snow last year. And what happens after a couple of days, it goes from this down to this. It just compacts. Once it gets to a certain height, it starts compacting. And it just gets denser and denser and denser. And it took a long time for the breakup to happen last year. This year, it's going quickly. I can actually already hear the water in the creek down by one of the bridges running underneath the ice. Unfortunately, there's still 2-3 feet of snow on top of my pipe that goes down there, so I can't use that to fill up the cisterns under the house. And Naomi is posting links for Oklahoma Grammy, Alaska Cuts Cord, and for Ed at Mountain Mariner.
Good.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. Check them all out. They are all good YouTubers. I hope you don't have to walk in too, Dave. I'll make if there's if there's no snow, I'll make sure I got the Can-Am going, and I can pick you up on the wheeler, or I'll just I'll walk down with the Kodiak and leave the Kodiak down there, and then come down with the Can-Am, one of the two. Yeah, I don't want you to have to walk a mile to bitch. Excuse my language.
Uphill.
Yeah, it is uphill.
It is seriously uphill.
Technically, yes, it can be both ways because there's a hill going up right there. Then you have to come up the other side, so you do have to go uphill both ways. Thank you, Adam, for reminding everybody to smash the like button. The video quality coming through okay? No, we are not native to Alaska. I was actually born and raised in New Hampshire. Sarah was born and raised in New York State. She was from Norwich. I'm from Derry. She's from Norwich, New York. I'm from Derry, New Hampshire.
Both farm kids.
Both farm kids. I spent the majority of my life as a shipwright down in Florida. I did travel around. I was in Colorado for a decade as a cook and doing other things in Colorado. So, but I spent a large part of my life in Florida. Lived on my sailboats down there. It's actually where I met Sarah, was down in Florida. Mm-hmm. Her daughter worked for me as well as her boyfriend.
Not my boyfriend.
No.
My daughter.
I knew her, actually. Sarah's a widow, and I knew her husband quite well.
They were good friends.
Yeah, we were good friends. And then her daughter, Amy, and who knows David, right. Anderson is popping on here, DJ. Yeah. So it's a little bit of a story behind us. Mm-hmm. One of these days we'll tell it in full.
Yeah.
Dave.
Know me, Dave, or?
Yeah. It's Chacos. We still love them. Chachaco is somebody that's new to Alaska.
Yeah. We got darn close to 2 years.
Yeah. Actually, the end of May marks 2 years that we stepped foot on this property. Mm-hmm. To look at it.
I had only stepped 2 feet on it by the time I decided this was home. I just knew right away.
Yep. No, it's that's another story. Mm-hmm. That's gonna make for an interesting video. What I'll do is I'll actually walk the video and walk the trail that we walked when we first got here and tell the story as I walk. Mm-hmm. It'll take probably about 15, 20 minutes, depending if I get out of breath as I'm talking. 5 more years. And your sourdough, Dave? What is it, 20 years? I hear too many stories of what makes a sourdough. Wow. But also, I'm not new to off-grid living or farming. Like I said, we're both farm people. Mm-hmm. I've been living off-grid on my sailboats for years. I started in actually a 27-foot. What the hell was that? Wasn't a Catalina. I had a 22 and a 25 Catalina. It was made by Jensen Marine. Oh, a Cal 27 is what I started. 29 is what I started with. And then I went to a Endeavor 32. And then I went to the Vindo 50. And then I went to the Irwin 38. And actually, the Irwin 38 was the nicest of them all. That was the last one. And I've had a few others that I knew I was flipping. Mm-hmm. So I'd buy, live on it while I was working on it, and turn around and sell it. It's funny, Oklahoma Grammy. I always said that if I made it to Alaska, I'd never go back. And that's kind of what happened. We had to go back to liquidate things that we had down in Florida. Sarah had a house, I had the sailboat, and I had a business to shut down, things like that. Mm-hmm. So I knew when I got here. No, I knew when we made the decision that this was it. It happened pretty quick. I keep hearing something. We've had a wolverine in the area.
We have. I saw his picture.
And
I haven't seen his physical self.
I keep hearing something off in the distance, and I'm trying to figure out if it's him or not. It's not a bear. It's a grunt and a growl that I keep hearing, but it's too high pitched to be the bear.
Mhm.
We've heard the bears here before.
Last year, one was looking in the porch window into the kitchen.
There's just Sarah with the cabin in Beaver Meadow was kind of off
Yes.
grid. Was a start to prepare for now. Yes.
It really was. We did have electric. We did heat with wood. We had a well out front, which was much handier than where we are now. But it was a prep.
Yep.
And I was really ready. And as I said, I knew I was home.
Yeah.
The taxes in upstate New York were horrible.
Yeah, because we looked in
Prohibitive.
upstate New York. We looked in Tennessee. So I got family in Tennessee. And unfortunately, my
It was
cousin
just
just passed yesterday.
Yes.
But I've got family in Tennessee, in Georgia, North
Mhm.
Carolina. My dad's still in New Hampshire. I mean, he was born and raised in the same house he's in now, and he's 87 years old, 88 years old.
Yeah.
So we looked all over the place, and this is what came to be. No regrets either.
None.
Yeah, Texas are going crazy, Ashley. Let's
Yeah.
see. No bear tracks yet, Ed.
No.
Just a little Wolverine just running around. I've spotted him twice now. I've got him on camera twice in 2 different locations.
Mhm.
I give it probably another week or so, and we'll probably start seeing the black bears
Black bear tracks. Yeah.
coming through. They're the first ones to always show up. Then the brown bears start coming through. They the sows come through first. They go down to the river and they poke around. They look for any dead carcasses down on the river, and then they start looking for whatever else they look for.
Mhm.
But last year we had the problem with the one, and he was a rather large brown or black bear.
Black.
If he comes around this year, he's going to wind up hanging on the wall because he was big.
He didn't come, but the 2 different times.
Well, 2 times in 1 night.
2 times in 1 night.
1 night.
Yeah.
The second time, he was sitting there staring at Zeus through the window, and Zeus was like, "Huh?
What?
Bark, bark, huh? It ain't moving." He's licking his lips. And by the time I got down there and grabbed the 50, he was running down the hill. I touched it off right over him, and he just kept on going.
Mm.
Really? No, see, it's just the opposite with us, Ed. Ed, are you considered Chase where you're at? Chase 1, 2, or 3? Uh-oh. Ashley says she's losing us.
Oh no.
Let's see if it works like the old TVs.
You're right. Like that.
Yes, we heard the owls the other day too.
We did.
Sitting there and the window was open. All of a sudden I kept hearing a sound. I'm like, what the heck is that? It didn't sound like crow or anything.
Hmm.
And then it dawned on me it was an owl.
Oh.
Swans are in the lake. That's
Nice.
yeah. It's
And the sandhill cranes are coming back. I don't expect them up here.
We heard them
It's not
last
that-
year.
We
We
did
did
hear
hear them
them.
last year.
Mhm.
Well, Chase, if you're like 8 miles from me or 9 miles from me, Ed, like I think you are, I think you actually might be in Chase. I'd have to see exactly on the map because Chase is actually a big area. It's a sub community. It is a whole. You don't even want to know the hubbub going on with Chase right now, especially with the off-grid parking downtown Talkeetna. It's crazy. Let me see. Taxes are really low here too, Oklahoma, Grammy.
Really?
We've got just over 4 acres here.
Mhm.
2 cabins and a house, multiple outbuildings, and our taxes are under $200 a year. But we have nothing. They're not going to come out here and rescue us if there's a fire.
No.
It's all on us. Fire suppression is all
Right.
us.
Mhm.
Robins, you seen Robins already, Adam Phyllis? That's good.
That's great.
Yeah, ours says Talkeetna as well, Ed.
Mhm.
Technically, though, we're in the Chase community because it's a little sub boundary.
It's like a subdivision.
Yeah. It's not recognized, but it's
Right.
recognized.
Yeah.
One of those type of ordeals.
Mhm. And I didn't think we were still in Chase, but Chase is bigger than I knew to begin with.
Yeah.
I thought we were in the middle of nowhere. which
Chase actually
basically we
extends
are.
about another 15 miles north of us going up the tracks.
Yeah.
So Dave says, I saw snow for water vids. Any plans for some kind of well in the future? That all depends, Dave Anderson. If let me show you. Move you for a second, sir. Generally, stuff like that, that's alder. Generally, we'll tell you where there might be water close to the surface. So I'm hoping that if I go over there and I start digging down a little bit, that it might show a little bit of water. There are a lot of springs in this area, and there is water up on the hill behind the house. If you've seen one of the videos I did a couple weeks back, where I go on a snow machine to, I think the video was called "Top of the Mountain" to you. There's two large bogs up there, and they kind of drain this way. And one section of the hill coming down, it's about a 300-foot elevation drop from up there to here. It's all alders coming down in one area. So I'm thinking there's gonna be water coming down. We'll see.
We'll see. And there are ravines too. So eons ago, there was probably a stream. And down over the hill in front of us is a small stream. And
Down there.
past that is a stream that flows into a small lake. And there are springs in that.
Yeah, there's one spring on one side of the lake, and then there's one underneath the lake. And then on our side of the lake, there's just where we get our water from, there's 6 springs
for the drinking water.
that we use for our drinking water, but that's half a mile away. So it's not like I can just run a plumbing system up here. I wish, but we're thinking there might be something back there. And we found out through a friend of ours that if we find out the regulations, the land is back here because we're remote, even though it's not for sale from the state, that if we have somebody come out here and pay a survey to come out and survey the land, we can actually petition to buy the land from the state. So we're thinking 20 acres back there.
Yeah.
Petition to buy that. And Adam, there's my runway. My friend Adam and fellows last cut the cord. He's working on getting his pilot's license. I have flown. It's been a long time. I never earned my wings, but I have flown ultralights. I've flown light sport. I have been up in general aviation planes. So I know how to fly. It's just I never got my wings. So we're thinking if we can get to 20 acres back there and put a nice little runway in, it makes it a lot easier to get back and forth town. And there was actually a plane on Facebook for sale the last couple of days, like $10,000. It needs work, but I mean, I can build stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can rebuild a boat from the ground up, I think I can build a boat or build a runway and a plane.
Sure.
Yeah, so do I, Adam, because make my supply runs going in and out of town a lot easier.
Way easier.
Put a runway in and, let's get a little 2-seater that can haul a little weight. Actually, we got to have 3-seater with the size of Zeus is getting.
Is
he's getting a little plump.
A little big.
But, if we can
if
we can get back and forth into town, easily like that, it's a 20-minute flight once I'm airborne, land at Talkeetna Airport.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, by helicopter, the choppers can make it up to here
in 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
So we should be able to do that. And that's what hauling stuff.
Yes. And letting stuff down here, like there's a stove, the first stove and the sofa came up on the helicopter from Talkeetna. And it was boom, boom, done. Up and back, up unloaded, sent the carting stuff away, and they were back in half an hour.
Yep.
So they charged by the hour. It was half-hour charge.
Yep, they're really good. Talkeetna Air is really good about that. Ed will tell you about that. Talkeetna Air is amazing. Danielle is a hell of a pilot.
Super.
Yeah. Adam says if you can rebuild a Rokon, you can rebuild a plane. I say, well, I don't have a Rukon, so I haven't tried yet. But I've actually got to find some kind of little mini bike or dirt bike, so I can start attending the Chase Council meetings to see what's going on. She don't want to go, so I'm just gonna get a little dirt bike and just go up and down the trail to Chase to that from town. See what happens. It says, hopefully I win the Carbon Cub this year. I have a raffle ticket number 1. What's
Yeah.
that? What's that raffle? Ed? Send me the link to
Wow.
that. I'd like to get in on that deal.
Mm.
No, Adam says I can land in the Willow runway and leave the truck at his property. That'd work too.
Yeah. That'd be great.
What is Sarah's having a Manhattan?
I am.
She likes it. I'm having my martini. Usually I have a martini or a rum and coke. It's
I find
Alaskan.
if I have a rum and Coke, I can't sleep because the Coke
Keeps her awake.
keeps me awake.
It says Alaskan Airmen Association raffle. I'll have to look that up, Ed. Can you write that down so I don't forget? I didn't bring a piece of paper out, or my phone's in the window, and that's usually where I make my notes at. Adam, you might want to look into that one too.
Okay, what is it?
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I was getting a call, and if I get a call and answer it, it will shut down the internet.
Yeah. What do I
Oh, the tickets are sold out. Never mind.
Well, never mind then.
Well, that stinks. I knew you would be, Adam, as soon as you saw that. Inexpensive plain hell. I wouldn't be past getting an ultralight just to get me into town to go get supplies, and bring Sarah into town to get supplies. Zeus, you're on your own. You better start walking.
Mm-hmm.
He says no.
No.
He says he'll stay here and tend the chickens. He's a chicken tender.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, he's out here tending the chickens is munching on them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Bill talking Oklahoma Grant.
Oh, I hear chickens.
Knock it off. Sorry, they're outside playing and making all kinds of noise, so I don't know what was going on. I'll have her tell you later, Dave. Check out the Yukon Chinook. That's what I want. Okay, I'll have to look that one up. Yeah, those chickens made a ruckus, huh? It made you stand up.
Yes.
What's the hardest thing for me to source at my location? A tractor. Actually, we plans for a tractor are in order. Won't be until next spring. Next spring we'll have one brought up. Really, the hardest thing to get sourced up here is going to be fuel.
Yeah.
But we're finding ways around that. Because there is no road system here, because we rely on the Alaska Railroad, which we love, it is hard to get things brought up here. Anything that's construction related, I can actually take my hat off, the sun's going on. Anything that's construction related, fuel, things like that, we have to have brought up on the Tundra truck. The Tundra truck looks like a large flatbed truck. Yeah, ice cream, Dave.
Yeah,
it looks like a big flatbed truck with a derrick on it, or a crane on the back of it that picks things up and sets them down. Kind of like I do around here. I pick things up, I set them down.
I just push them
they charge you a fee. Now the sun's coming back. They charge you a fee to get stuff up here. And it's not as horrible as a lot of people think. When we were doing fuel before, we have drums here. We'd take them down to the tracks. They'd pick the drums up and drop them off at a local Valley Fuel in Willow. And they would fill them up. They called the Tundra truck up. That Tundra truck, a week or two later, we come back, pick them up, and bring them back up here. And then I have to get them from the tracks up here, which is a mile away, and it's up some pretty steep hills. So the fuel is the hardest thing, but now we're finding that it's actually cheaper for us to buy new tanks or used tanks in town, take them to the place to drop them off ourselves, have them filled and brought up. It's just a lot easier, because we're saving $160 for them to come here to pick the barrels up just to bring them down there to get filled up and then charge a fee to come back because it
Mhm.
goes by weight and it's the minimum fee is $160. So
Right.
I could send for the $160, I could probably send down 100 drums. I don't want to do that. I know. I mean,
We
we
don't
need
have
fuel.
100 drums. We
We
don't
need the
have room for
fuel.
'em.
Yeah, we need the fuel, yes, but I don't want to have to pay both ways. It's a pain in the
Right.
tush. Yes, it is a nice service, Ashley.
It is a really nice service,
Yeah,
and we use
definitely.
it for a lot of things.
Yep.
A lot of the construction materials. This house was a shell when we
When we got
here,
here, we purchased
and
a bunch of new insulation for we
right?
drywall is a real bear to get up here, so we actually went with 5 millimeter plywood and used plywood for the walling. What we do, and I think Dave Nomstead is or Nomi is one that actually helped me with this one here. You paint it with kills and then put your mud on it so it doesn't dry out as quick. But I'm still having a problem with the cracking from
Some
the
of it's cracked.
earthquakes.
Yeah, we do have that.
There's only about 3 or 4 spots in the house where it's actually cracking at the joints. So I'll
Mostly
fix
the
that up.
earthquakes are small enough so that we don't really feel them,
But the house feels them.
but the house feels them.
Yeah, definitely gas and propane, Ed. That's the biggest
Yeah,
thing.
that's the biggest.
Only we in this house we have propane. We have propane for the water heater in the bathroom, which services both the bathroom and the kitchen.
Mhm.
And then in the kitchen we have a 2-burner propane stove for summer months, so we don't have to run the wood-fired cook stove. Now the other cabin has a regular full propane cook stove in there with an oven and a water heater. The cook stove has a 100-pound bottle. Everything else is using 20s and 30-pound bottles. I'm going to make a switch over so I can plumb everything together so I can just have a bunch of 100-pound bottles here. And they last roughly, just cooking on over that house, we were getting about 9 months out of 100-pound bottle. So if we hook the plumbing up to it, I'm probably going to have to switch out a bottle every 6 months. Right now, though, in this house with the cook stove in the kitchen, a 2-burner, 20-pounders lasted almost a year,
Mhm.
and we've gone through about 30 pounds for the water heater in the bathroom.
Right.
Wow, that hour went by fast. Oh my, we're already at 57 minutes.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
Any other questions before we close out here at the hour mark? And I promise as we get better with these live streams,
There'll
we'll
be
get a little
fewer
bit more,
pauses.
yeah, less pauses. We'll get a little bit more flow going through here.
Right.
So
But we want to thank everybody.
yes, we appreciate
For
you all being
on-
here.
Yes. Dave especially, my dear old friend.
The one,
2 Daves.
yeah, the one item I wish I could get that I don't, or wish I had that I can't get, tractor. Actually,
It's bumpy and hilly and stumpy.
the one thing I would really love to get my hands on right now is an old Lester diesel, single cylinder, 2-cylinder Lester diesel for making a generator. If I could get my hands on one of those, I'd be happy. I had one lined up, and dude that had it went kind of bonkers on me.
Mhm. Got strange.
So you're welcome, Adam and Sarah, or Adam and Phyllis.
Phyllis.
I was reading it as I was talking.
Oh,
no. Dave Anderson, we do this generally once a week. I wasn't sure if we're gonna be able to do it this week or not because the cell phone service has been that horrible.
It's been bad.
So keep an eye out. We're gonna try to
Yeah.
do it, every Friday around 5:00, and see what happens. This week I will not have a video going out until probably Monday because it's trying to tell me it's going to take like 18 hours to upload a video, and I'm not going to sit there and waste all my data stream trying to upload a video that shouldn't take that long to go because it's stupid. I'll be in town, so
Yeah.
Ed says I need a helicopter, a Sikorsky S-92 would be sweet. Yeah. That's got some lifting power, don't it, Ed?
Mm.
Seashell, you're very welcome. And, we enjoy having you all here. I mean, granted, yeah, there's not a lot of people in here, but you know what? It makes it a little easier for me to answer questions. It's hard for me to keep up with that because I'm so new with this part of it. if some of you guys want, you can, so I'll put a post in the community section. And if you want to ask questions ahead of time that I have anything written out. I know Mr. the Giant Puppety had a question, something about Denali. And then, like I said, the question disappeared and I couldn't find it. So, yeah, 12,000 pounds would be really good at it. Hell, you could deliver my tractor for me. That's only about 3,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Nomi. Appreciate that. Dave, I will see you on Sunday or Monday. Depends on what time I get in, whether I just crash in a truck or if I drive down there. The temperatures are not bad to me right now. I can sleep outside in this easily. Yeah, it's a lot more personal with fewer people. And Ashley, you are correct. You finally got fiber internet where you're at, Oklahoma, Grammy? Yeah. We're just going with Starlink. I mean, it's got still got its issue. It's not 100% up here, but we're going to do what we can for it with it and see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's better than the hotspot we're using or using our phones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't really watch a whole lot of TV. We might watch it, maybe 2 hours a night, 2 hours a day. Generally, what we do is when we're eating our meals, we'll watch our favorite YouTubers. We'll watch Adam and Phyllis at Alaska at the Core. We'll watch Nomi at the Gnomes at Alaska Off the Grid. We'll watch Bill with the Bill had a brain fart. What was your channel? Alaska Frontier Homestead.
Oh, Frontier.
Watch Ed Mountain Mariner. Alone from Alone in Remote Alaska. Boss of the Swamp. You know, we have our people we watch. You know, I mean, some of the people we talk to on a regular basis, like I talk with, you know, the Gnomestead. I talk with Bill. I talk with Alan and Phyllis, you know, on regular basis. I mean, we all have each other's phone numbers. Ed, I don't know all that much, but we've had a few conversations on here, and you know, I've had a few conversations with Alone. You know, nothing over the phone, but you know, I mean, I'm getting to know a lot more of the nice YouTubers up here.
And Phyllis, you were the first woman I met here, and I remembered you from the day one.
Yep. Mud is way down by the shack, so it's drying up. Okay, good, Dave. Either way, I mean, if I get down there, I get down there. If not, I'll just crash in the back of the truck. I'm going to bring my air mattress down, just leave it in the truck for this year. Yeah. Instead of trying to cram into the back seat of the pickup. You know, it don't matter to me about it.
Well, that's Zeus's space anyway, so it's all full of hair.
It's all full of dog hair. Why is plain pizza the best? Because nothing tops it. Why is plain pizza the best? This is from Bill.
Because nothing tops it.
Actually, a lot tops it. Pepperoni tops it. Pineapples and ham pop it. Kidding. Anyways, guys, we have hit the hour plus mark. I really appreciate you all showing up and taking the time to sit here and chat with us. Adam, Phyllis, I'll see you guys soon. Dave, Bill, I'll see you guys really soon as well. I'll stop by and see you guys out in Phyllis. I'll have my Marauder 25 with me. I need to borrow that Crony you got, Adam, so I can finish fine-tuning the power adjustments on it. Look forward to seeing all four of you guys soon. I know you won't shoot me. You're a bad shot anyways, Dave. I've seen you shoot. Kidding, brother. Sorry, it's a joke between me and Gnomestead. But anyways, you guys have a great day. I'll talk with you all soon, and I will get a video out sometime this coming week, probably when I get into town to download it down there. And like I said, I will be picking Starlink up. Yes, and when I get back on Thursday, hopefully I can get it set up, or Friday, one of the two. That way that we have good internet for doing the next live stream on next Friday. Anyways, y'all have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Come on. There it is. All right. You guys have a great night. Bye. Thank you for all showing.